Hello everyone, it's Natalie with Crochet by NatalieLucille, and today we're going to make a reversible beanie hat using the Addi Knitting Machine. Super easy, super fast. All you need is 2 colors. Let's get started. So you want to start out with your machine, and you'll want to tighten the legs to the table so it doesn't move around when you crank it, because there's a lot of cranking. Also, make sure your lever is pointed down, which creates the circular motion. Set your timer or your counter to 0 and grab your 2 colors that you want to use. And I'm using Caron Simply Soft in 2 shades of purple. So we're going to start out with the darker one first. So go ahead and get your round started. So you're going to start out with the black hook and put your tail in the center of your machine, and we're going to cast on. And the way that you're going to do that is once you're in the center, you're just going to go around the front of the first black hook. Kind of crank it slow to make sure it catches, and you're going to go behind the next one, in front of the next one, behind, in front, all the way around. And this is casting on, and so just slowly crank. Don't worry about speed because you don't want to drop a stitch. So again, it's just back and front and back and front. Make sure your carriage that holds your yarn with the tension is closed, because the needles hooks will try and catch it and you don't want to break it. So once you get to the first black, open your carriage, set your yarn into it and into the tension hole, close it, and kind of start out just a little bit slow to make sure all your hooks catch your yarn, and you can kind of speed up just a bit. Hold on to your working yarn so you have the right tension. You don't want it too loose or too tight. So it just should slide right through your fingers, and just keep cranking. And keep watching your yarn to make sure that you don't lose it. You're going to do 55 rounds, and that's the joy of having the counter. You'll do 55 of each color. So just keep going around. And you'll notice that as you're going, it stretches widthwise, but once you take it off, you'll stretch it lengthwise, and you'll see that at the very end. So just keep cranking for 55 rounds, and in your second color, you'll do 55 as well. So we're ready to switch colors. So you're going to come around, and you'll see the black needle come up. That's where you're wanting to start. Grab your scissors, cut you a tail. It doesn't have to be long. It may be 5, 6, 7 inches. Open your carriage and slide your yarn to the left of the black hook. Grab your color number 2, which is my light purple. Get yourself a tail. It's going to go in the center as well. And it's going to go to the right of that black needle. Put your yarn in the carriage, close it. Kind of grab your tails just a little bit and crank it ever so slightly to make sure both yarns go under. It did. Let's go. Just start cranking. You're going to, again, want 55 rows of your second color, because when you're done, you're going to have a total of 110 rows. And as you go along, your work is going to gather in the center. But first, what you're going to want to do is tie your 2 tails so your work doesn't loosen, so that stays. And so you just want to do a nice little knot, and it's going to be tucked into the center. Keep cranking, and as you'll notice, as you crank, your work will gather in the center. So what you're going to want to do is just roll it a little bit, just to kind of keep it up off your table or whatever your work surface is. And then just keep cranking. Now, since we are finished our 55 rows, get a tapestry needle and we're going to cast off. And the way that you do that is you've made your round all the way to the first black needle. And so you're going to crank your machine and your needle is going to go below. And so it gives you a chance to go in between two little, it's like little notches, and you go right in between that and pull up the yarn. And you have to do this with each and every single one. Now there are different ways to cast off. This is just one way. And in my future videos, I'll show you different ways to use waste yarn to cast off. So you're just going in between. See, the needle goes down. You'll go and grab that yarn. And you're just going to work all the way around. Just keep working it. It's pretty simple. But you want to make sure that you grab each one, because if you lose one, then you have a drop stitch. So once you've taken the tighteners off, just move your Addi machine out of the way to continue the work. And now we're going to stretch it just a little bit. So you see how it stretched lengthwise or widthwise? Now you're going to stretch the length, and look at that. It's like magic. So we're going to now begin our fiddling on either end. And so I have to laugh at myself because I'll fiddle and keep fiddling and fiddling. You might be a little bit quicker than me, but I'm just going to fiddle. And so what we're going to do is cinch both ends. And there's a specific way to cinch so it doesn't roll on you, because if it rolls, it won't cinch properly. It won't close right. So turn it inside out just to make sure, which I now realized I did tie my yarns together. There they are. And you can cut them a little bit shorter. I just left them. But now I'm going to start cinching. And all you do is just pull the tail, so the cast off yarn, you're just going to pull that ever so slightly, and then you'll just keep working your fingers around so it doesn't, you see how it's rolling down? You don't want that to happen. You don't want it to roll out or roll in. You want to get it as almost as straight as possible. So just kind of slowly cinch and just keep working it so it doesn't curl in or curl out, because it'll automatically want to roll in. And of course, now that it's inside out, I kind of sort of have it not the way that I want. And so I'm going to start fiddling as I normally do. But I'm that kind of person that I want to get it just right. So as I realized, I was like, here I am in the middle of the video and I turned it the wrong way, but not really the wrong way. So we'll make it work. So I was like, okie dokie. That's not feeling right, so we're going to turn it the other way. So you'll see. I'm just going to keep fiddling. I haven't lost my end yet, but I was like, okay, I can't stop the video. I could, but I'm not gonna. And so there's my tail. And you want to hold on to your tail, and you want to hold on to the cinched hole as you pull it through so you don't lose it. And of course, my hand is out of screenshot, but we'll just keep working with it. So you just want to kind of grab the center as you pull your yarn, cinched hole, yarn, tail, everything through. And it'll all even out in just a second. You'll see. So what I'm working with, the cinched part now, will be the crown. So these two parts right here, the other end that I'm going to start cinching is the other crown. So color number 1 that I'm cinching now is going to be the crown as well. So you just kind of keep pulling so they're actually going to be cinched almost together, and because you'll tie them together as well. So you keep cinching and then make sure it's not rolled out. Like this one wants to roll out, so you just want to straighten it out and keep cinching as you go. And you can be like me and just keep fiddling. Sometimes my hands don't want to work the way that they're supposed to. So keep cinching, and it's getting to where I want it to be. It's closing, and you'll feel it. It has a certain feel, like, so that the two holes are almost together. I just keep cinching, and it's just about there. So just kind of pull it tight where they're going to be together. There we go. I think that's about right. So now you just want to tie it. I got my tails pretty long on there, don't I? Just tie it in a knot, and I'm just going to secure it one more time. And that's it, literally. See? Nice little reversible hat. Yeah, it turned out nice. I like it. So now I want to tuck my tails. And what you're going to do there is you're going to get a crochet hook. After you cut your tails, that is, grab your crochet hook and go in between your two layers. You're going to be weaving them in, but this doesn't feel quite right. No, this isn't right. Oop, went too much up the side. Let me try that again. So again, go in between the layers. You'll feel it. Come up through the top, grab your tails, pull them through, and then you're just going to cut them. And I know when I turned it inside out, I grabbed one of the middle yarns, and so I have to tuck that back into. Yep, there it is. Nope, got to tuck those in. Oops. That's the little tail that it just won't go back in. Go. Okay, it worked. So there you have it. Easy, easy, easy. This is what I love. And it is so soft and squishy. Love it. Y'all, thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. I do upload regularly. And stay tuned because I'm going to do more Addi Knitting Machine projects. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.